This has been a week. This has been a day. And why do I say all that? Because I'm a teacher, not a speaker. Now, if you were to walk by my classroom earlier this week, if you were maybe an administrative principal and you walked by my class, you would have heard something and saw things that might have blown your mind. You might have been wondering what is going on. Where is all that noise coming from? Why is there a student in the center of your classroom on a chair on top of the desk? Why are there students running around? It looked like chaos going on. However, I will say this. Each student that I had moving around in the classroom, they were working on a specific task. You see, we set up the classroom as if it was a living cell. So the student on top of the desk represented the nucleus, which kind of controls and guides everything that takes place in the cell. It's almost like that student was the boss. I had students blocking the doorways. You may be wondering, what is he doing in there? Why are they stopping people from going in and out of the classroom? Because those students represented the cell membrane, which determines what does it allow to come into the cell. And also that same site is used to push waste and everything out, things that may be doing harm to the cell. There were students moving all over the classroom, but I will say this, each one of them had a specific role and they had a specific purpose. I even had a student sweeping the floor, and you may be wondering, does that break any type of child labor laws or something like that? Like, what does Mr. Manning have them doing in his classroom? But the student even sweeping the floor represents the lysosomes, which are known for gathering the waste and removing it out of the cell. I had students also running around with boxes wrapped up with words and labels on them, and they represented the Golgi body, which moves proteins and other substances around the cell and also to the cell membrane so it could be taken out. I had students acting like security. They represented the cell wall, and the cell wall and the cell membrane together gave structure, gave shape, and also gave protection to the cell. And a lot of other things that I did not mention were all taking place all at the same time. So why am I talking about all of this? Simply because just walking by, just glancing at it, or even being in the classroom, observing it happen, it seemed like chaos. I'm gonna call it synchronized chaos. You see, when we move through life, everything may not be super orderly and structured. There may not be one single framework or outline or agenda to accomplish what we need to accomplish. Sometimes it may look like it's gale force winds blowing through our life. It may look like a storm, but I will say this. Most often than not, it's synchronized chaos. There are things moving and different parts moving, and this moving over there and that part moving over there, but it's all towards the function and the structure of a cell, which represents the most simplest form of life. And just think about yourself being the complex creatures that we are. Just think all the things that are happening, whether it's in our household, whether it's professionally, whether it's financially, some of the things that are taking place that we may question, that we may not understand, that may not look right, that may not look like what somebody else is doing. It's all a part of what I'm gonna just term synchronized chaos, but it's all about life. And with that being said, class dismissed, because I'm a teacher, not a speaker, and I want each of you to have an amazing day.